6 months ago, I paid $240 for an AI code editor. And about 2 months in, I broke my own website so bad that it was down for 2 weeks. I ran out of AI credits, I couldn't fix it, I literally walked away from the whole thing and thought, you know what, vibe coding is a lie. AI can't actually help me build real software, and this isn't for me. And then I came back. And now I'm building multiple apps, automations, and tools with it every single day. So is Cursor worth 240 bucks? My honest answer is, it's complicated. And today I'm going to tell you exactly why, what I love about it, what drives me crazy, and whether I'm going to pay for another year. So let me give you some context. I'm not a software engineer. I don't have a computer science degree. I dropped out of high school, got my GED, but I've always been into computers and coding in some way. When I was a kid, I found a book in the school library about basic programming, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like, you could type commands and make the computer do stuff. Back then, specifically, I was making little computer games. That was magic to me. From there, I got into HTML, CSS, eventually a little bit of PHP for web design stuff. I tried to learn Python multiple times over the years, but it just never really stuck. The syntax, the logic, the debugging, I could never get past a certain point before I'd just give up and go back to what I knew. And then vibe coding happened. Like the whole idea that you could just describe what you want in plain English and an AI would write the code for you. That reignited something in me. I was like, wait, maybe I can actually build the stuff I've had in my head for years. So I looked at the options and I ended up landing on Cursor. Because honestly, I'm a visual person. I need to see my files, see the code, have the chat right there next to it. Claude Code in the terminal is incredible. Don't get me wrong, I use it every day now, but Cursor gave me that full visual IDE experience where I could see everything happening at once. And for someone who didn't know what they were doing, that was kind of critical, if that makes sense. So here's what I've built in the last 6 months with Cursor. And I think this is important because a lot of these review videos are just people poking around for a day and giving their hot take. I've been using this thing daily, as long as I don't run out of credits. The first big project that I did was Streamliner.gg. It's a SaaS app for live streamers that basically gives them content ideas and stuff like that. I built the whole thing in Cursor, front end, back end, database, deployment, all of it. Second was a custody journal app, custodyjournal.com. It's a documentation tool for fathers going through custody battles because I went through one myself and I know how important keeping records is. That one's still in development, but it is live and it's working today. And then there's a bunch of smaller stuff, transcription tools, automations, personal utilities, just random projects where I had an idea to make my life easier and wanted to see if I could build it. So yeah, this isn't a first impressions video. This is a 6-month daily use in the trenches when I have AI credits review. And I've got opinions. All right, so let me just tell you about the worst moment. So I was working on Streamliner and I was doing something really dumb, which was pushing code changes directly to production. No sandbox, no test environment, just straight to the live site. Which, by the way, if you're watching this and you're new to coding like I was, don't ever do that. Learn from my mistakes. Figure out what GitHub is. So I'm making changes and Cursor's cranking out code, and I'm just hitting accept, 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 without really understanding what it was doing. And at some point, something broke. Like broke. The whole site went down broke. And here's where it gets bad. I tried to fix it, and I used up all of my credits for the month. Like gone, 0. And this was pretty early in my subscription, so I didn't really know how the credit system worked. I didn't know I could add more. I just thought, well, that's it. I'm stuck for the month. So my website sat there broken for 2 weeks. I couldn't fix it because I didn't know enough actual coding to fix it, at least not without AI's help. And I couldn't get AI help because I was out of credits. And it was frustrating, and eventually I just completely gave up. I walked away from Cursor, walked away from coding for like a month or two. I genuinely thought, you know what? AI coding is not there yet. You can't vibe code real software. And I don't know enough about Python or JavaScript to do anything on my own. So this whole thing was a waste of my time. That was my lowest point with this tool. And that's really where I kind of landed with it. So what brought me back? Honestly, I just kept seeing people building cool stuff. And I realized the problem wasn't Cursor, the problem was me. I didn't have any guardrails. I didn't understand the basics of development. Not programming, but development. And there's a difference. You don't need to know how to program. You don't need to learn Python syntax or memorize JavaScript functions. But you do actually need to understand development and the process. And here's what I mean by that. First, GitHub and version control. This is the big one. If I'd been using Git properly, I could have just rolled back to the version that worked. 5 seconds and my site would have been right back up. Instead, I didn't know what commits even were. I didn't know what branches were, and I lost everything. Second, sandbox environments. You gotta test locally before you try to push to production. That means running your app on localhost, breaking it there where nobody can see it, and only deploying when it actually works. I was treating the live site like a playground, and that's just not how it works. Third, having a plan. There's this Abraham Lincoln quote that I love. I think it's from Abraham Lincoln. Said, if I had an hour to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 45 minutes sharpening my axe. And that's exactly what I wasn't doing. I was just jumping into Cursor with a vague idea and hoping the AI would figure everything out. But AI is only as good as your infrastructure, as your instructions. If you don't know what you want, it doesn't know how to build it. And fourth, understanding what people actually want. I spent all this time building Streamliner before I really validated that live streamers even wanted a tool like that. Market research matters. Don't build what nobody wants to buy, you know? I mean, seems pretty obvious at this point. All right, so let's get into the actual review. 6 months, what do I actually think? The good stuff first. The interface is great. Having everything in one place, your files, your code, the AI chat, it just works. Tab completion saved me tons of time, like it'll predict what I'm about to type, and most of the time it's right. Inline edits are solid, and the composer feature for bigger changes is really powerful, as well as things like agents. Does it save time? Absolutely. Things that would have taken me weeks to figure out, I can do in hours. And stuff I literally could not have done at all, I can now do. So from a capability standpoint, it really is, as AI likes to say, a game changer. But here's the thing, and this is my biggest gripe, the usage limits. I can burn through my entire monthly limit in a single day, honestly. In a couple hours, to be honest. If I'm deep in a project and the AI is helping me build, it just eats through credits. And then you're stuck waiting for the month to reset, or you gotta pay for extra API access. And the model dependency thing drives me nuts. Like, the quality of what Cursor gives you depends entirely on which AI model it's using behind the scenes. Some days it's amazing. Some days it gives you garbage code that breaks everything. And you don't always know which model you're getting when you're using the auto mode trying to save credits. I pay only 20 bucks a month for Cursor. I also pay $200 a month for Claude and 20 for ChatGPT. And I've got Gemini Pro. You know what I wish? I wish I could just authenticate those subscriptions inside of Cursor and use my own credits. But you can't do that. They're completely separate systems. So you end up having to pay for the same AI multiple times across different tools, and it's extremely frustrating. And I'm not saying this is Cursor's fault, but I do know that I can use a lot of my accounts in a lot of other places, and I don't have to pay for API access. So here's the bottom line. Am I going to renew for another year? Yeah, 100%. No hesitation. But wait, let me explain why, because I just spent 5 minutes complaining about it. Here's my philosophy on this. Does Cursor save me time? Absolutely. Is it also a time sink? Also absolutely. But that's true of any powerful tool. A chainsaw can cut down a tree in minutes, but it can also take your arm off if you don't know what you're doing. The key is going in with a plan, understanding the basics of development, using version control, testing before you deploy. If you do those things, Cursor is incredible and it saves a lot of your credits. If you don't, you're gonna have a bad time, just like I did, and burn through a hell of a lot of credits extremely fast. And here's the thing that really sealed it for me. I'm building actual revenue generating apps now. Streamliner is live. The Custody Journal is live. I've got automations running my business, and none of that would exist without Cursor and AI coding tools. So is it worth $240 a year? If you're building stuff that actually makes money, if it's helping you save time in your business, it's worth 10 times that. If you're just messing around with no plan, save your money and just load up ChatGPT in a web browser and try coding. Look, I think we're at this really interesting moment with AI and coding. Like, for the first time ever, regular people, not engineers, not CS grads, just regular people who with ideas who can actually now build software. And that's wild. I started with a book about BASIC in a school library back in elementary school. Maybe it was middle school. I messed around with HTML in my early 20s, and now I'm building full stack web apps and SaaS products. That's not because I suddenly got smarter, it's because the tools got better. The goal isn't to build perfect software. The goal is to break things and learn how to fix them, and I think that's true for life in general, not just coding. So if you've been thinking about trying Cursor or any AI coding tool, here's my advice. Start small, learn Git first, set up a local environment, have a plan before you open the editor, and don't freak out when you break something, because you will. I promise you, you will break something. But that's how you learn. That's how you grow. And eventually, you might just build something that changes not just your life, but the life of millions of others. If you like this video, make sure you guys check out this video. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it as well. Thank you guys as always for the love and support. If you made it this far in the video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more AI content like this. And until next time, love your faces. See you guys on the next one. Until then, peace out everybody. Later nerds.